doing? Stop. Wait, is this the real lasso of truth? Oh, wait a second. Is this the one that you got from Halloween when you tried to go as Wonder Wolf Man and no one got it?
I was a wolf wearing a Wonder Woman suit. It made perfect fucking sense!
440. We are tuned perfectly, pitch perfect.
Are we pitch perfect at this point?
Well, A440 is the standard pitch tuning.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's a musical thing.
440 megahertz, man.
Yeah, 440, 441, whatever it takes.
But why not just have that...
Be one louder?
Have that volume button just go to 11.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
We should do that.
You don't need all these extra digits. That just gets you to one louder. That's all.
So TV10 podcast episode 0440.
That's right. A palindromic episode.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll have you know that I ventured to a movie theater
The hell
for the first time in exactly 3 years.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Did you die of fright?
I went to the office.
Did you? Oh, okay, that's good. And by the office, we mean Broovies.
Yeah, and I heard all this talk of remodeling. I don't see it, but whatever. Okay.
I don't control that aspect of the office. I control the handling of the beers.
Right.
So
I had myself a big stein of Bohemian Cerveza
good.
and a pork sandwich.
Ooh, a pulled pork sandwich.
And watched some Cocaine Bear.
And what did you think?
Needs more Cocaine Bear.
Exactly.
Yeah,
This is what I was saying the other day.
Yeah.
But the times that the Cocaine Bear hits, you're a happy camper.
Yeah, but all these other side stories of all these characters I don't give a fuck about.
You know what they need? They need the writers from Sharknado to take advantage of this.
Maybe next time.
Or I got a thought, because there has to be a sequel.
Of course.
We get Ian Ziering involved.
Okay, yeah.
That...
Like it.
I think if we could do that in the Sci-Fi folks, I think we got ourselves a hit here.
Yeah, so does Jefferson Starship with Jane, the also known as the Orange Cassidy theme.
Thank you. I was listening to that and I was going, I'm surprised AEW didn't get involved in any way, shape, or form with this.
I don't think they totally own the song.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah, so anyway, who are we drinking this week?
Well, you, sir, are having some good old-fashioned moonshine, courtesy of Outlaw Distillery.
Yeah.
But we mixed it up with some cucumber mint syrup.
Very refreshing.
Yeah, this is from your favorite bartender. Not a sponsor, but it's sold at our sponsor, Outlaw Distillery.
Cool.
Whereas I am having a nice Athletic Brewing Company's Upside Dawn Golden.
Okay, all right.
It's a non-alcoholic brew, courtesy of our friends at Boostique.
Cool. All right.
So you got your Genius Juice. I am living a good life here. I'm getting svelte as we're talking. So we are just ready for not just talking about TV news and reviews, but with a lot of booze. And that's going to be handled by you,
Yeah,
Mr.
you
Bill
got
Frost.
And we got check out the listener mailbag. What do we got?
Well, and this is where I, Tommy Milagro, are going to read, first of all,
Okay.
from our Facebook, which is TV10 Podcast.
Yeah.
It's our kind of sort of third co-host.
Third wheel.
The quasi-host,
Yeah.
Ted
Okay.
Hansen.
All right.
And he writes to us, The Last of Us. Why do I feel like I'm being tricked into liking it? Hey, Chat GPT, write a review of The Last of Us in the style of The Manchurian Candidate. And he writes, The Last of Us is the kindest, bravest, warmest, most wonderful television show I've ever known in my life. All right, well, that's great. So, Chat GPT, what about getting us some money for our podcast? I can't do that, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right. So he's alternating between A Million Little Things and The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Okay.
But hey, at least we didn't get more kerfuffle on The Last of Us. But let's turn to the Twitter at TV10 Podcast. And our champion guest here, Dr. White, writes, and he thanks me. He says, "Thank you, Tommy, for the XFL reports and sports."
Tommy watches the XFL, so you don't have to.
Exactly. Who knows? Maybe it can keep you off the May sweeps block.
Maybe.
Yeah. And of course, we should mention, it's been a while, that our show is not safe for work. That's what NSFW means.
Oh, yeah?
But, as Dr. Wall writes... and
he gave us one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nightmare showing future world. So,
all right.
Kind of accurate these days.
So will the XFL and the USFL overlap at some point?
Or why not they just merge?
Merge.
I mean, seriously, I'm kind of joking, but at the same time, that's how the National Football League and the American Football League got together.
And also UPN and the WB.
See?
Yeah.
Synergy right there. Okay, maybe that last one's not the best example.
Not a good one. No, not at all, no.
The point is, it can happen.
Yeah. Good stuff coming up this week.
Oh, yeah? What do you got?
It's kind of a busy week here. Monday, the day this episode drops. Couple of things. 4 things, really. First of all is Mel Brooks' History of the World Part 2 on Hulu.
Time to renew my Hulu subscription.
Yeah, so this is... you remember the first part was way back in 1981. Mm-hmm. It was called the History of the World Part 1, which implied we'd eventually get a Part 2, and it only took 40 years.
Although, what can you really do to top the Inquisition musical number? Honestly,
true. But Nick Kroll, Ike Barinholtz, Wanda Sykes are the mainstays of the 8-episode series. But also there's dozens upon dozens of funny people involved in this thing.
Nice.
So it's going to be a nice little anthology series. Starts Monday, drops 2 new episodes every day through Thursday of this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on board with this.
Also, remember Perry Mason?
Oh, yeah.
Starring Cocaine Bear star Matthew Rhys.
Was he in Cocaine Bear?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was in the opening.
Yep, he was in the opening. Also his Americans co-star, Kerry Russell.
Okay.
Also in there, yeah.
I missed that part.
They did not interact, but hey.
It's the best that anyone's going to get at this point.
Yeah. So Perry Mason Season 2 is finally here. This is set in the days back when Perry Mason, in 1930s Los Angeles, Perry Mason is in his pre-lawyer years.
He's a private investigator.
Yeah. And this time around, he's investigating the murder of an oil magnate's son. And this is one of the best series that you may not be aware of on HBO.
I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, I need to rewatch Season 1.
Yeah, because it's been a minute. Almost 3 years.
Has it been?
Almost.
Well, strange. I wonder what was happening 3 years ago.
Something was going on, yeah.
Huh,
something was being cooked up in a lab. I don't know.
Wait. So we would like to state here.
No confidence.
Yeah. It was stated with low confidence.
Low or no confidence?
It was low confidence.
Low confidence, yeah. Write that down.
Yeah.
Okay, and yeah. So also premiering on HBO today as this episode drops, Monday, Rain Dogs, a new British series about a single working class mom who's and her 10-year-old daughter, and they're just trying to get by.
That's Rain, R-A-I-N?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's very British-like.
Yeah, it looks very funny, so from what I've seen so far.
Okay, but because it's British, because their funny is different from us. On a scale of 1 to Ricky Gervais, where does this land?
I don't know.
Does it feel cringy?
No.
Okay, then we're not there.
Not too cringy, no.
Okay.
Also, this is the documentary, the true crime documentary we've been waiting for.
We have?
You'll see.
Are you sure?
Jared from Subway catching a monster on Investigation Discovery.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on board with this.
Yeah. So this is the rise and fall of Jared Fogle, and it turned out to be a bit of a pedophile.
A bit?
You only need a bit.
Phrasing?
Yeah,
Boom.
exactly. Yeah. So there's that. That's on ID. All 3 episodes premiere on Monday.
Maybe we recommend having a Subway sandwich while watching
Sure,
it.
yeah. Why not?
Not a sponsor.
Yeah, I could go for a Veggie Delight.
As long as the salad's not being tossed, I'm okay with it.
Right on, yeah. Thursday on Paramount Plus, School Spirits, starring Peyton List from Cobra Kai.
Oh.
She dead.
Okay.
But now she's kind of in high school limbo. She's trapped in her high school with several other previously dead students.
Oh, God.
So it's a little bit of ghosts here.
Uh-huh.
Because, all ghosts from different time periods are there. And she's trying to figure out a way to escape this high school hell limbo.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes.
And what does it look like? It's going to be more funny or more dramatic or kind of both?
Looks like it's going more dramatic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
They're trying to appeal to the
tweens,
not the millennials. Mm-hmm. Maybe the ones after that.
Sort
of like what they're doing with Wolfpack.
Let's see. So after the millennials, it's the Doomed. Is that,
I don't remember.
I don't know either.
Gen Z.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, so there's that.
Okay.
Also, Thursday on Bravo, season 20 of Top Chef.
Okay.
20. Just tune in for the magic of Padma Lakshmi. Yeah.
Is that what your go-to is when you need to wind down?
Well, actually, I don't know if I need Top Chef anymore because she's on Instagram. And
Yeah.
she's always cooking something.
Yeah, so that does bring up the question then, what is Top Chef there for?
I don't know, but the funny thing about her on Instagram and various other social media platforms is her daughter is always admonishing her for not wearing a bra.
Oh, okay. So maybe
The kitchen's a little chilly is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the thermometer is poking out. Got it.
Also, Season 4, Part 2.
You're saying it wrong. It's
You.
You.
I've tried to watch this show.
And
It's not for me.
well, on a scale of 1 to Dexter, it doesn't even.
He's no Dexter.
That's the problem. He doesn't have his dark passenger, but near him.
He is the dark passenger.
See, that's the problem. And, of course, it doesn't have a foul mouth like Dexter's sister does.
Yeah.
See, and again, Hollywood, when are you going to listen to our podcast? We've given you the tools, which you can subscribe for only $10,000 a month. Just dump the money on
Sounds like a bargain to me.
See? I don't know why this is such a difficult thing. Swear to God.
Friday.
Yes.
The Luther series starring Idris Elba. The British series.
Oh, yeah, with Luthor.
Yeah.
And let's clarify, not Lex Luthor, Luther.
Luther, yeah. This is Luther, the Fallen Son, S-U-N. It's a movie. It's maybe it's going to be wrapping up the 5-season series now. It turns out that Luther is currently in jail. And he's got to bust out to track down his latest serial killer, played by Andy Serkis.
Okay, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Is that all on Netflix?
That is on the Netflix. Yeah, it's a movie. And we just got to assume he breaks out of prison. Otherwise, it's going to be him hanging out in a cell for 129 minutes.
Well, as long as he doesn't remake The Dark Tower again, I think we're going to be all okay.
Yeah.
here.
Also on Friday on the Hulu, new series Unprisoned. This is starring Kerry Washington in a comedy.
Okay.
Scandal's Kerry Washington in a comedy. She's a struggling single mom.
Like you do.
And her dad gets out of prison after 17 years and moves in with her. And then all the feels happen. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's a feel good thing.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, do we expect any guest starrings, like say from Dominic Purcell or Wentworth Miller from Prison Break?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, and once again,
What happened to those guys? Where are they? What are they doing?
well, according to IMDb here,
Are they working on theater?
well, let's see here. I guess Wentworth hasn't been doing anything. His last thing was DC's Legends of Tomorrow,
Which has been a while because he quit before the show ended.
Yeah, well, he's been off and on. So I guess his last appearance was in 21, And then according to Dominic, same deal here. He hasn't been doing anything since 21 either. So, yeah, I think they're kind of overdue.
They need some work. We need another Prison Break reboot.
Do we? Do we really?
You know,
I'm not ready for
when
that.
when did that happen? When did the Break reboot happen? It was within the last few years, and it was kind of pointless. It was a short, limited series on Fox.
Yeah, well, to be fair, some shit happened. Okay, here it is. According to this, Prison Break. Now, according to this, it says from 2005 to 2017. But
Yeah, so the reboot
must-
was in 2017.
yeah, that would make sense right there.
It was utterly pointless.
It was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But well, maybe they could do something else. Who knows?
Saturday Night Live this week, hosted by Jenna Ortega from Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
And musical guest, the 1975.
All right.
Last night's Saturday Night Live with the football guy.
Troy Kelce, I want to say, or
Not bad.
Yeah.
He did okay.
The heavy lifting was done by everybody else.
Yeah, but he didn't suck.
Yeah.
So that's all he needed to do was not suck. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he pulled that off pretty well.
Okay.
And ended up on Sunday,
Uh-oh.
the 95th Academy Awards on
Oh.
ABC.
Okay.
Just
The
give
Oscars.
everything, just give it all to everything, everywhere, all at once. All the awards.
That's all we need to get
I
to.
can't believe Top Gun Maverick and Avatar: The Way of Water are both in the same category as this movie.
Let me guess. For technical...
No, they're up for Best Picture.
The fuck?
Yeah.
No.
Then again, there are like a dozen nominees for Best Picture, so there's just like too many already.
But we have to give everybody a chance.
Yeah, fuck that.
Remember, it used to be like 5 films, and all of a sudden they spread it out to 10.
Yep.
And
So everybody gets a participation trophy.
here's my question:
Mm-hmm.
Is Wakanda Forever in the Best Picture?
I don't think so.
Bullshit. Once again,
I do not-
Oscars are so white.
I do not recall if that was in there.
Such
Why don't-
bullshit.
Why don't you take a look?
All right.
Because there are at least, I think, 10 nominees for Best Picture.
Yeah, and they had to expand it here. Let me see what I can find out. Oscars.
It's going to be hosted by Jimmy Kimmel, so
Okay.
it'll at least it'll have a host.
Yeah. Well, Chris Rock was unavailable.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, and
If I hear any more about that,
he was on Netflix.
oh
last
yeah,
night. It was like a live Netflix thing. I didn't see
Selective
it.
Outrage. Was
Yeah.
the name of the stand-up special.
There we go. Here we go. So nominees for Best Picture. We mentioned Top Gun and Everything Everywhere. The Banshees of Inisherin. Women Talking. Triangle of Sadness.
Oh yeah,
The Fablemans. All Quiet on the Western Front. Avatar. Elvis and Tar.
okay. So no Wakanda Forever.
Fuck that noise. Fuck that noise.
And I just found out that every year for, I don't know, the last 20 years maybe, I don't know, 15, 20 years, the Film Independent Spirit Awards have been on IFC.
Yeah.
In case you don't remember, IFC used to stand for Independent Film Channel.
Right.
Last night, the awards, they were on fucking YouTube. They were not on the Independent Film Channel.
What the
Yeah.
Why?
The Independent Film Channel anymore is just reruns. You know what they ran in the Hassan Minaj? He was the host.
Right.
And he brought up, it's like, the Independent Spirit Awards are no longer good enough for the fucking Independent Film Channel. And you know what they're showing right now? Instead of this? Will Ferrell's Semi-Pro.
Honestly, I have to say I'm liking Hassan Minaj. He's having a nice moment.
Yeah.
He hosted The Daily Show. Did you watch any of The Daily
I
Show?
saw some of it, yeah.
Him and Ronnie Chang, I was like, oh my God, these guys are going to go to blows.
Oh, yeah.
And then the one guy from Shark Tank, I was like, oh, he was not letting him go. I loved it. I forgot how good he can be.
Yeah, so if you were one of the dozen people or so who are wondering where the Film Independent Spirit Awards were this year, they were on YouTube. I'm sure you can find it there.
So is IFC just officially given up at this
I
point?
think so. They have really no original programming. It's all reruns of TV shows and movies.
Marin's gone, and Brockmeyer.
Yeah, no original shows anymore whatsoever.
Okay. I have an idea. Let's pitch this to them.
Okay.
And it's low cost.
Right?
We do a show with us.
Okay.
It's the TV Tan podcast TV show. And we just do what we're doing. Then we do our own little things. You do The Rock and all.
What was that show that Jon Favreau used to do on IFC? The dinner show where they would talk about movies and film dinner.
Hold on, let me pull this up here.
That was a long time ago on IFC.
I know what you're talking about. It's on the tip of my tongue here.
It was a pretty good show.
Yeah, let's see. Jon Favreau. That can't be Jon Favreau. Okay, I asked for Jon Favreau. This is who they pulled up. And this picture here shows a very svelte looking Jon Favreau. So no, that doesn't track here. Hold on. Is it?
I think it was called Dinner for Five or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is the Jon Favreau I'm looking for. Where the fuck did that guy come
Anyway,
from?
IFC previously used to be home to some varying quality of original series. Marin, probably one of the best of them, and of course Brockmeyer too. And then it's all downhill from there. There was there was some really terrible show called Food Party, which is just an acid trip with puppets.
Yeah. It's no Party Down. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah. Can't find it, huh?
Yeah,
I swear it was called Dinner for Five.
No, I believe you. I know he did a movie called Chef.
Yeah. This was before that.
Yeah, so let me see here. Actor, maybe it was when he was a producer as well. Maybe that's where we're having trouble here. Let's see. Disney Gallery, okay. Oh, yeah, Mandalorian's back, obviously, folks.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in just a second here. No, I can't fucking find it. So...
Anyway, it's lost to the dustbin of TV history, whatever it was called.
All right. Well, the important thing is it's out there. We're not crazy.
Yeah.
Let's just get that out of the way.
So you saw the new episode of The Mandalorian, right?
I certainly did, and kind of interesting the way they went about things. So obviously, Pedro Pascal still enjoying his moment.
Yep.
Transporting little kids. In galaxies far away or in mushroom-infested landscapes. Yeah. But the thing that was also interesting, Cara Dune, Gina...
They just kind of like, oh yeah, she's off. She's got another gig.
Yeah, she's with the New Republic. She's part of their special forces team.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry about that. And it's going to be all right, Mando. Why do you look like the guy from Apollo Creed? That's not important right now. Come over here, Rocket. Come over here, Mando.
Let me set you up with a condo, Mando.
Yeah. Look at this. So we got some prime real estate right here.
It's like, it sounded like a good deal. It's like, sounded pretty sweet. It's like, I would have taken that deal.
Shit, that's better than most of us getting Utah these days.
No, I have to go to Mandalore. He's like, really, dude?
I have to go back. No, hang on. I have to return back to the fountain so I can purify myself. This is the way.
In the waters of Lake Minnetonka? What the fuck is he going to do?
Yeah, I just want Prince to be there somehow. Go. That ain't Lake Minnetonka.
Yeah. So a fine return for the Mandalorian. We got Grogu back.
Yes,
he's back on board.
Little critter decided to stay with you, huh? It's complicated. Yeah, sorry. It's complicated.
And fine episode. Too bad they only dropped one. They're being real stingy with those.
I don't blame them, and I'm okay with it. I kind of like how they stagger it off. I don't need to have everything jammed down my throat. Take a hint, Netflix.
Speaking of which, last week, or the week before, whenever it was, time is a flat circle, by the way. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Prime Video dropped all 8 episodes of The Consultant.
Okay.
Fucking hell, man.
Okay. That look on your face says mindfuckery.
Yes.
Okay.
Very much mindfuckery.
Now, we've had our mindfuck episodes and shows over the years. We've had Legion. We've had let's see, Westworld. We've had, what was the other one that we were just like?
Well, Severance. The closest point of reference for this thing is Severance.
Okay.
So, Christoph Waltz,
Yeah.
doing his Christoph Waltz creepy ass thing, comes into this struggling video game company as a consultant.
Yeah.
And the CEO, who's like a young guy who's a little overconfident, and they think, I don't need your help. And then Christoph Waltz proceeds to read off everything that's fucked up and why the company's going to be out of business in 4 months.
You see, right here, this is where you're going to have trouble with your company because you keep embezzling funds so much right there. Also, I would like to state this for the record. Christoph Waltz is not creepy. He's just German. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, it's a slim line there.
Again, German.
So he comes in and basically the CEO dies, and Christoph Waltz pretty much takes over the company.
Right.
The thing is, he may or may not be human.
Well,
There's something up with him.
yeah, he's German. I just said it right there.
Well, there's something more besides just him being German.
Oh, okay.
And it's like nothing but creepy, ominous music constantly, and you never know what the fuck this guy's going to say or do.
Wagnerian opera being played at this point?
And it kind of leaves it open that it could continue on into a second season.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody watched it or if it's going to get a second season, but if you're looking for something to scratch that Severance itch, you might want to try this one out.
So
It's on Prime Video.
yeah. So the only real question I have to ask when it comes to and that's Christoph Waltz.
Yes.
Everyone.
Yep.
So not Christopher. Christoph.
Yep.
So I guess my only question is on how well this is going to go here, because he can do creepy. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you ever watched the James Bond films with the good James Bond, Daniel Craig, he can pull it off here.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. There was a show that he was doing on Quibi once upon a time with
The Most Dangerous Game.
that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you think it's going to be better than
He was basically hunting Hemsworth as.
right? Well,
Yeah.
well, he was hunting the runty Hemsworth.
Yeah,
Liam.
not one of the good ones.
To be fair, I feel kind of bad saying this because he dealt with Miley Cyrus. So,
True.
Yeah, I want to leave him alone on that one.
Okay.
He's done his time.
All right, you know what time it is?
Oh, well, why don't we just hit the music?
It's sports with Tommy Milagro. Go team.
From the sports desk of the TV10 podcast, we deliver to you only the sport of professional wrestling. And as we are talking live on the air here this Sunday, AEW Revolution is underway at this point.
Right now?
As we are talking here, I am.
Where is that? Is that a pay-per-view?
That's gonna. Yes, it's a pay-per-view. They're holding it at the Chase Center in San Francisco, California.
All right.
And let me just see if there have been anything of note at this point here. I'm just refreshing right now. They had the 0 Hour, which is on YouTube, but nothing to write home about here. But yeah, the big match tonight is going to be MJF versus the American Dragon Bryan Danielson for the heavyweight championship. So,
All right.
yep. And as of right now, nothing has no results have come in yet. We'll be staying with this story all night as it develops here in the TV10 podcast studio. But let's turn to SlamWrestling.net. You know, I write for them, and I have an MBA, of course.
Okay.
And that is
Cool story, bro.
and to be clear, that's not Mr. Frost having a toke. He is just slugging down a drink right there. But here's where we're at this point. We'll start with this. And let's get to the ratings portion of pro wrestling here. This is in the news and rumors section, which I thought I had. Here we are. So Monday night for this week averaged 1,760,000 viewers. NXT, by contrast, on Tuesday had 555,000, and AEW Dynamite was seen by 883,000 viewers. So they placed it on third place with only NBA programming beating it because, well, it's going to be on TBS and TNT. So what can they do at this point? Also, the other thing to bring up here, Trinity Fatu, who most people would know as Naomi from WWE. She'll be a guest at WrestleCon, which is going to take place in LA during WrestleMania weekend. Now, the event's not associated with WWE.
Right.
Which that kind of confirms where her rumored negotiations were with her and WWE at this point. See, she and the artist formerly known as Sasha Banks dropped the WWE women's titles and then walked off and said, fuck this, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Obviously, Sasha Banks is now known as Mercedes Moné with New Japan and is currently the holder of the IWGP women's belt.
She's also on The Mandalorian.
Exactly. So, and as of right now, Naomi hasn't been on TV for a long time. There's also been some rumors that she's been trying to take care of some injuries that she finally has time to get to, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, but now others that are scheduled to be at WrestleCon are the Young Bucks, Goldberg, Jake the Snake Roberts, Kevin Nash, Kurt Angle, and Brandy Rhodes. So that'll be all in Los Angeles. So around the same time as WrestleMania, which is this April 1st and 2nd. So it's going to be 2 nights, which you could check on the Peacock. So that is where you could flock to the cock.
Flock to that cock.
And, of course, if you're in the LA area, I would honestly say if you can't get into WrestleMania, check out those events. Those are pretty cool to see. There may be some other events going on in the days ahead, which we'll talk to you more about it as we get closer to that event here. And also, I think I'm going to do this. There's 2 other stories I'm going to end with right here. Although she is one part of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Lita appeared at the Indie Hood Slam event, and she took to the microphone and said the following, quote, "Finally, I made it to motherfucking Hood Slam. I've got 2 things to say. I'll start with number 1, and it's fuck the fans. Number 2, what I really came for, Dark Sheik, you wanted a mic." So Lita's doing pretty good post WWE.
All right.
And she has a punk band, right?
Lita and the Luchadors.
No, the Luchagors.
Luchagors.
Yeah.
I saw them at Bert's Tiki Lounge long ago.
And what did you think at the time?
They were good.
Yeah, they can fucking bring it. So
It was like a Monday night. It was like a rough night, but still.
Oh, they can put the hammer down if they wanted to.
Yeah.
And then the other thing to mention on the WWE front is that they've recently trademarked names like, among others, Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, and this is the part that's really interesting, Zack Ryder. That was the name Matt Cardona went by when he was in WWE. Since then, he's been doing pretty good on the independent scene. He's been featured in the National Wrestling Alliance. It's being rumored that he may go back to WWE because currently his wife Chelsea Green is over there.
Right, okay.
And they have been doing some stuff on the National Wrestling Alliance that kind of suggests that he may be on his way out of the company. So we'll just have to wait and see. And finally, actually, I almost forgot. Jeez. I almost forgot to bring down the XFL scores.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Thank God. My alert just came up here. So here's what we've got for, let's see, we are in week 3 of the XFL. Now, it says here on Saturday, March the 4th, the Sea Dragons beat the Vipers 30-26. Then we've got the Defenders They defeated the Battlehawks 34-28, and in a squeaker of a match here, the Renegades beat the Guardians 10-9. Whew, it was a close one there. And as we were talking live on air at 6 o'clock Mountain Time, it's going to be the Brahmas versus the Roughnecks, which you could catch on ESPN2 and ESPN Plus here. Unfortunately, ESPN 8 doesn't cover it. You can't go to the Ocho.
Oh, well.
But finally this. This kind of brings a little bit of joy to me here. John Cena will be voicing the character Rocksteady in the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie scheduled for release in August. And it says here in the news and rumors section of SlamWrestling.net, I write for them.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
And I have an MBA, of course.
Yeah, okay.
They go on to say, we wonder if this portrayal will be better than Sheamus's, as he played the same character in a 2016 movie. Now, Cena will just be voicing the character, which will be CGI generated, which means you won't be seeing him. You see? You see what it is?
Yeah.
And, of course, if you want more of these word plays and more news on what's going on in wrestling, just know to come here because it's sports.
It's sports with Tommy Milagro. Go, team.
Man, I can't believe that the XFL didn't notify me of this. I've got the alerts on.
I know, right?
Jeez.
Now it's time for a word from Juicy Filaments.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, okay, we have a new one here. Hey, print heads. Opening scene. Fade from black to a windy desert wasteland. A lone figure walks purposely through the dusty wind and tumbling weeds. They check their weapons and eye the horizon for enemies or potential prey. The comforting piano starts to play.
Oh.
See if we can get this happen here. Oh, yeah. Lovely. 3D printing your way in the world today takes every filament you've got. Taking a break from failed builds sure would help a lot. Wouldn't like you like to print without dismay? Sometimes you gotta print layers that don't delaminate. And their specs are always within range. You want a printer where you can see. Our prints are all the same. You want a filament where every single print is great. Juicy Filaments. When printing is survival, Juicy Filaments is life.
Thank you. I
Tried to throw a little Shatner on.
I
there.
was going to say,
Yeah.
I felt some Shatner in that.
Yeah, so we want to thank Juicy Filaments
You got your money's
for
worth.
everything they do.
Yes. Oh, and you're even wearing the T-shirt of Juicy Filament.
Man, this pays off.
Yeah, it does. So, kind of like our TV10 shirts.
Yeah, this is 3D printed, by the way, this shirt.
No kidding.
Totally 3D printed.
It's like I could touch it,
I know, it's almost real.
Wow.
So, yeah. So, anyway, where do we go from there?
Honestly, I mean, on a scale of 1 to Mr. Tambourine Man, there's no way we can even top that. I doubt there is a way, but we will try.
We'll try eventually, yeah.
I will say probably, if we need to, as far as good shows that, the fans need to be watching a little bit harder, I would say Poker Face, because...
this recent one.
Yeah, the penultimate.
One of the best ones yet.
Yeah.
Escape from Shit Mountain.
It also helps that I think it was directed by Ryan Johnson.
Written and directed by Ryan Johnson. And the thing about it, I read up on this episode. It was actually the very first episode they filmed.
No shit.
They didn't film the episode 1 at first. They filmed that one.
Okay.
And it was because they had to have a winter setting.
Oh,
so it was
okay.
filmed in Hudson Valley, New York. And they added a lot of fake snow.
Oh, okay.
But still, very Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
God,
Yeah.
It's been a minute since he's been done TV.
Yeah, so very good episode. This whole season so far has been fucking great.
Yeah.
Poker Face.
But of course, all things, at least for this season, need to come to an end. And the upcoming episode, shit's gonna get real. It's gonna get real quick here. Let's see. What was the other one that caught my fancy? It's on Paramount. Why can't I remember it? It'll come to me in a second here. But,
Well, I'm still watching Mayor of Kingstown on Paramount Plus with Jeremy Renner, R.I.P.
So you're and again, why are you doing this to him, man?
It's-
Hasn't he suffered enough?
Man, that show is bleak.
The problem is branding.
Yeah, that's probably a part of it, yeah. And the show I'm really enjoying on Apple TV Plus, which I didn't think I would, is Shrinking with Jason Segel and Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
And Jessica Williams. Fucking great.
Yeah.
So good.
I would say Picard is actually
Picard. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Worf is probably Michael Dorn is having a lot more fun as Worf this time around.
Would you like some tea?
No.
I am a destroyer of worlds.
Slayer of Galron. Would you like some chamomile? I just kind of only want Picard just to go, Commander Worf's head looks like a fanny. You can suck my ridges. Oh, grow a sense of humor, Rocky Dennis.
And also on Apple TV Plus, Hello Tomorrow, the retro futuristic thing with Billy Crudup. Mm-hmm. They're basically, it looks like the 50s, but all the cars are flying and they're selling timeshares on the moon. But now we get to the point where maybe those timeshares on the moon aren't real, which I suspected all along.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think there's a hidden agenda?
It's like people are flying off somewhere. Or they keep delaying the flights to the moon. Don't know why.
Why is that?
Yeah, why is that? So it's worth checking out. But
All right.
But definitely in Shrinking is much better than that one. Also, surprisingly, Animal Control. Had no hopes for this whatsoever. Joel McHale
Yeah.
and various other funny people. It's basically an office place, workplace comedy in Seattle where they're catching animals. And it's actually pretty goddamn funny, which I didn't suspect at all.
Well, you knew the funny was going to come when you have Joel McHale.
Well,
on
yeah,
board.
he's playing the same character he always plays,
Yeah.
but he's it fits here.
Yeah.
Fits nicely here.
It's
Whereas when he was on Stargirl,
not so much.
no. This is much better for him.
Okay. I like this. And let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else other than History of the World I need to catch up on. And I don't know if I want to catch up on Mayor of Kingstown because
Nah, it's a bummer.
that's a stone cold bummer. Huh?
It's a bummer of a show. You don't need it. Another show that premiered last week. I don't know if it has a feature or not. The TV adaptation of True Lies.
Oh, yeah. We talked about it last time.
With Kev from Shameless.
Uh-huh.
He's playing like the James Bond type.
Yeah.
And Ginger Gonzaga from She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what the point of this show is.
You're not feeling it.
Nah, I'm gonna keep watching it, but I don't expect it to last.
So the question is, will you continue to watch all the way through, or are you going to hate watch it, or are you going to say, fuck this?
Well,
I'm out?
it's not bad enough to hate watch.
Okay.
It's okay.
So it's okay.
Just there.
So it's just okay
It's
watch.
just competent.
Okay. So basically, it's got the NCIS stamp of approval.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
So-
fits right in there with all of those shows, all those CBS shows.
NCIS, when your grandparents don't know what the hell's going on, but they need some background noise.
Then again, I watched The Equalizer, so what the fuck do I know?
Well, you know that Latifah is queen.
True.
That's all you need to know.
The show is
It's kind of meh.
it's dumb as fuck. It
Okay.
is a by the numbers vigilante justice.
It's no
Show.
it's no poker face. And
Fuck
granted,
no.
And granted, that's
Fuck no.
Granted, that's by the numbers, but at least it tries to be interesting. That is the there's that, and then of course there's Natasha Lyonne going, bullshit. That's my favorite right there. Bullshit.
Definitely, that's always the best part. Was like, oh, she sees a lie right there, right in front of her fucking face.
I would love to have that ability. I would just love to do that. Of course, I could just do that at the Utah legislature and just go, bullshit.
Well, it's over now.
Well,
Is it over?
it is over.
Okay.
Except for the crying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it this month. So,
All right.
But yeah, I think, unless, do you have anything else that we need to?
I thought I had something here.
Okay. Is something not pulling up on the interwebs?
Phrasing.
Boom.
Yeah.
It's, why don't we try yanking it out somehow? Phrasing.
Did you try restarting it? Did you try shutting it off, turn it on again?
But, of course not. Why would I do that? Well, there's your first question answered.
Yeah, and I'm waiting to see what happens with this whole Netflix crackdown. It's supposed to be beginning in earnest in March, and we're now in March.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. But,
Well, we'll see what happens because I am a password sharer. I don't have my own account. I use someone else's. Have for several years now.
which we won't mention on
I'm not going
air.
to tell you who it is.
No.
But yeah, it's one of the few. See, when I work with CableTV.com, and we have logins for every fucking service. So, except Netflix, weirdly enough.
Because Netflix
Don't know why.
Netflix doesn't want to play nice.
We just don't have one. We just assume everybody has one or shares one.
And I don't have my Netflix on all the time. I just click it on when I go, oh, that looks interesting.
There's something I got to watch. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see how the crackdown actually happens.
Okay.
Or if it actually happens.
I'm going to say it's not going to happen.
It's not a thing.
No, but it's right up there with transgenders or grooming the youth of America. And it's also up there with, Jewish space lasers,
Okay.
which I think that's going to be part of History of the World Part 2, I hope. But,
It should be.
well, I mean, History of the World Part 1 promised us Jews in space. Where are the Jews in space? Come on, Mel Brooks. You gotta stay alive long enough to give us Jews in space. Give us that. Max is dealing with zombies at this point. You gotta give us Jews in space. This was a PSA from the TV Time podcast. So,
Nicely done.
thank you. So,
Oh, yeah. I've completely run out of news here.
okay. Well, then, should we call it here?
I think so. I think we can.
Time of death.
Yeah. So we want to thank our sponsors.
Well, first of all, Juicy Filament. We got to start with that right off the bat, right there.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, we got to also thank Outlaw Distillery for their products as well as always, and we should also thank Boostique as well for the non-alcoholic Upside Down Golden as well. I do believe that your favorite bartender should be a sponsor of the TV Tam podcast, and they could join up with our other sponsors like Sugar House Distillery, as well as Ogden's Own Distillery. They make the Five Wives, the Five Husbands vodka, Madame Hatterini gin. There's also the Porter's Fire, the Porter's Peanut Butter whiskey. The Underground is also a good one. They also do cans, of course, like Sugar House Distillery does as well. And of course, as we just mentioned before, Mr. Frost likes to also have a Frosty Stein at the office at Brewbies, courtesy of Bohemian Brewery. He had the Cerveza, but they have some other great beers on tap as well. But
Bohemian was always my go-to at the office.
yes, it is the only go-to at the office.
Now we'll see when I go back.
Oh, well,
The only thing that's playing right there is the Ant-Man movie.
right. Yeah. So we've got Jonathan Majors, who's really having a moment being a bad guy.
Or I could go see Cocaine Bear again.
Yeah. You need another bump, is what you're saying.
Maybe. Possibly.
Well, no matter where you go, folks, you also got to rock up with a TV Tam Podcast t-shirt. We can get those as well. We can't get them like 3D printed like our friends at Juicy Filament, but they're still worth the $15. Just send us an email at tvtampodcast@gmail.com. Put in the subject line, T-shirt me now! And just put in your name, your address, your T-shirt size, and if you do PayPal or Venmo, no crypto. Let's get that out of the way. Do you really want me to go down the same rabbit hole as FTX? Fuck that noise, all right? Look, I don't want to be reamed by Hassan Minaj over crypto any more than that Shark Tank guy got reamed over it. The point is, you got to rock up with any of those places with a TV Tan Podcast t-shirt.
All right.
And just any of our sponsors, tell them TV Tan Podcast sent you. So,
All right.
did you know I was at a liquor establishment the other day, and somebody was asking one of the helpers there, where can I get some artisanal bitters? Why, sir, I am happy to instruct you on going to Booze Teak.
Wow.
Yeah.
Artisanal bitters.
Yes. Go over there. They got some good stuff. Do they also have some maraschino chairs? Absolutely. They got artisanal ones from Luxardo. Just tell them Tommy Milagro at TV 10 Podcast sent you, sir.
That'll work.
And have a great day.
All right. I think that takes care of everything. So, in the event of that, or so forth, and thus far.
And also, anyway.
Anyways.
No, it is anyway. Why does there need to be an S? That really irritates me. You're turning me off.
Oh, that's the one. You got to watch Harley Quinn Valentine special.
The very problematic Valentine special. It's still good, even though Valentine's is long past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you need a little love in your life, that's the way to do it.
All right. With that, good night, America.
And you, sir, jiggle that handle, and once you're done, off you funk.
I wish I had a special someone with whom to spend the evening.
Oh, here we go.
I'm on all the dating apps, but haven't swiped right once. I can't get past the profiles. Does no one understand correct grammar? Dangling modifiers, sentence fragments, using the word anyways as a transition. It's anyway. There's no S. And as you know, nothing turns me off more than reckless disregard for language.
Does anyone know that?
You do now.